Robinson, we are on with Jeremy Palko.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Jeremy, how you doing, dude? We were just on a quick break.
Oh, no worries, man, no worries.
You sounded either like angry or just really confused. You were like,
I didn't even hear.
Okay.
I was like,
when I was dialing the number, I had to like triple check, make sure I sent it to the right person, and then I didn't hear what the guy said in the beginning. So all I heard was like, "Can you wait?" And I had to make sure I called the right number.
I told Slim, I'm like, he's gonna hate you, bro. You put him on hold, you jerk.
I had to make sure I called the right number.
Jeremy, but you've been acting. You've been in a lot of stuff. Walking Dead, Bloodline, Sleepy Hollow, the TV series, The Middle, Chipwrecked, and a lot more, dude. How long have you been?
Shipwreck, that was awesome.
Was it?
Throw that in there. I love that.
That was the first movie I took my sons to see in theaters. They were like probably 2 or 3. Like they were still real little, but that was the first movie I took them to see. So I thought that was really cool.
That's hilarious, man.
What did you play in that movie?
Absolutely nothing. Like I was an extra. Like they hired 30 of us to just fill the background, but it wasn't something like I was into, but you got to cruise for an entire week and just hang out and party. So we just had a blast the entire time.
That's awesome.
That was one of the Chipmunk movies?
Yes, it was Chipwrecked. They were on a party cruise.
David Cross was in that, right? I think so. Or
David Cross was there and Jason Lee.
Yes, I know Jason Lee. Cool. He played Dave.
Yeah.
It was a cool movie. It was like as far as kids movies went, it was pretty good.
What's so funny is, like I said, we all shot for a week, and then the movie came out a few months later, and we all went to the movies to see it, like as a big group, like a bunch of nerds. And the whole movie, like, we shot for an entire week, and it was the first 3 minutes of the movie. And then it was like an hour and a half of, I don't even remember.
Yes, yeah.
That's Hollywood. That's Hollywood for you right there.
That's so cool. I was going to ask too, Jeremy, as an actor, have you ever, you being from Atlanta, have you ever had to get rid of an accent?
Well, what's funny is like I was born in Georgia and I moved to Seattle when I was about 4 or 5. So I never really got that southern accent. And then I moved down to Florida, and now I'm back in Atlanta. But I'll tell you, the twang, it kind of comes back every once in a while. Like you have a conversation with someone down here, and that Georgia boy comes out. So, I never really had to ditch an accent, though.
Okay, that's cool. And I saw, too, you only started acting because of a sports injury, correct?
Yeah, I kind of thought I was going to go on to do some sort of collegiate sport, and right there in the middle of lacrosse I was playing, actually, at the University of Washington, I tore out my other knee. I should have said my first one was in high school, and just like your typical jock story, like, senior year, things are going great, and bam, varsity blues.
Dude, we had a friend too, and he played football, James, and he'd had I forget how many back surgeries. He played football and just got really beat up.
Oh yeah.
But I saw on your IMDb too, it said you had a blood clot from in your right arm. Was that from a sports injury?
No, I was actually, at the time, I was living in Orlando working for Fear Factor Live. They were doing a stunt show down there. And I work a lot with stunt guys and stuff, and so I got a job into stunt rigging. And it was just somebody kind of fell off the wall, and, like those movies where you see like a coiled rope just, going away, and someone's got to grab that rope. Well, I grabbed the rope and kind of pulled my shoulder out of its place, and then the next day, like my whole arm was black and blue, and 4 months later, they had to stop, first they stopped the blood clots, and then they diluted them. I had shoulder surgery, and turns out like one of my main, veins to my heart, to my arm was cut off. So they had to break out my top 2 ribs and rip them out. And yeah, it was a whole long fiasco.
Wow.
I got very lucky. Very lucky.
Because I read that they said you were probably not going to survive, and you did.
Well, first thing the doc told me, he said, just be prepared, but we might have to amputate. And I lost it there. So, but then over time I realized like the blood clots, the pinched vein was stopping it from going to my heart. So they had to dilute everything and break it all down, and that took months of angioplasties and Coumadin, which anybody out there ever know of or heard of Coumadin knows it's some serious stuff. And
that's a blood thinner, correct?
Yeah, massive blood thinner. Like you can't shave or you can't like I bumped a desk and like my bruised like a peach type thing.
Bruised up. Wow. I remember I used to work with older guys because I worked in a retirement community, and one of the guys on blood thinners, like it could be like August, 90 degrees or more and humid, and he would be cold. He would be cold because of it.
That's crazy.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. So are you completely recovered from that right now?
I mean, like I have constant, discomfort in there, but that's just something the doc told me I'd have to live with the rest of my life. But yeah, no complaints. I mean,
but still, just being alive. Too bad. Yeah. Wow, that's amazing. And I saw too, you're a 2nd degree black belt in Taekwondo.
Oh, glory days, baby.
Have you ever used that?
Have you ever used it in real life?
Used it in real life or in a movie role or acting role?
Oh, in a movie role? Have I used my ninja skills? I'm trying to. Not really. Like I had to play football in my very first movie there, and I took a beating on that one. But I did martial arts with my brother and sister and my dad, like growing up for 15 years, and every one of us got our black belt, and actually got 2nd degree black belts. But I think I stopped doing that when I went to college. But it's I guess it's something that's in a book somewhere, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah,
my name's in there somewhere.
It's cool.
You should put an ad out for yourself that just says, actor looking to be in a movie where I can make use of my ninja skills.
No. Who was the instructor on Napoleon Dynamite with the American flag pants? I want to be him.
Oh, yes. Jeremy, I wanted to ask you too, what is the craziest thing you've seen go down in production of a film or show?
In production or a film? I mean, nothing like, I think. I mean, there's been some really cool moments. I mean, like last year when we shot the very first episode of season 8 of The Walking Dead, like the very first day, it felt like, like your first day at school, and we're all out shooting in the field, and this storm came in, and it halted production for like a good hour. And so just like they did in elementary school, like everybody went on the bus. And so the entire cast and crew were sitting on this, 60 passenger bus just in a massive storm. And it was just like one of the coolest moments I remember.
And was it one of the props like in the stage, or was it like a trailer? Yeah. So it was like there you were acting and you just had to get in it.
Yeah, it was on set, like it was used in the shot. So if you go back to somewhere in season 8 when we're staging the cars and everything, there's a school bus in there somewhere, and we spent a good amount of time trying to avoid a storm. So
wow, that's awesome. I was gonna say too, in that one scene you had the fake Negan head, right, when you raided the Savior's outpost. Yeah, we
had a fake Jeffrey head. Yeah,
even though it was a prop, did it freak you out?
It was Gregory's head. Sorry, it was a fake Gregory head.
Oh,
yeah,
that's right.
The realism in the detail in that show, like you could have broken that head open, and it would have looked like a human head. Like if a cop found me with that, like I would have had some time.
It really looked like just like him too. It was really.
So you're saying they actually put that much effort into it, where they're even like designing the layers underneath.
Oh, yeah. Like, they don't cheap out. Not on the special effects on that show. And I think it's more along the lines in case they need to use it for something else. Like, maybe they had to shoot the head, or maybe they had to, like, smash it or something.
Yeah.
It beats having to build a second one. But that being said, I had to hold that thing up for quite a long time.
Oh,
and that was heavier than it looked, actually.
Wow. I was going to say, too, what from that show is your favorite moment, favorite memory?
Oh, man. I mean, a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff, just like, going out to dinners and, hanging around the hotel and trying to find things to do. We went hiking and we went shooting archery and things like that. Like, you don't get that a lot on most shows.
Yeah.
People just kind of show up, do their job, and, you just try not to mess it up on set. And, with Walking Dead, never got that. It was always a big family. When you got to set, it was just like you and your buddies shooting in the backyard. But, so many funny things with Stephen Young, who played Glenn. I just remember, like, one take, he just making everyone laugh in a very unlaughable situation, which was cool. One time we shot till like 4 a.m. where all the guys had to run in with like guns blazing type thing, like very, very serious stuff. And he came in just screaming bloody murder, and everyone laughed. And one day we rolled up to set, and you could hear on the radio that we were late. Like we were actually stopped at a light. So the song, the Bohemian Rhapsody song came on, and we pulled up, and we're already late as can be. And we're all about to get out, and Steven stands up. He goes, no, turn it up. And he turns up like right when the headbanging scene, the part of the song comes on.
Galileo.
And he opens up. Yeah. So he opens up the van, and we all come out, and the music is just blasting out of this thing. And Steven just walks out like he's, like Mick Jagger or something like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was fun.
That's super cool. That's so cool. I love that. I love hearing that. That's such a great thing. Like, yeah, like working on it, and yeah, even when you guys weren't working, you were having a great time.
Yeah, I mean, I do a lot of conventions. So when I travel, I get to see a lot of people again and meet new people, obviously, which is cool.
I was going to ask if you did any of the Walker Stalker conventions.
I haven't done Walker Stalker. There's a handful of my friends and I, try to do this, but it's not our choice. They choose the characters they want to bring.
Oh.
So just hoping one day they'll give me a shot. I know we're doing it in Atlanta, I think next month, and I live here, so I might just go cosplay as like Norman or something.
I was gonna say, can you just show up? Yeah.
Be like, look, I'm Andy.
I'd be way too insulted if I showed up cosplayed as myself and no one knew who the hell it was.
Yes.
Mortified.
You just have to have the head with you, and then you.
That's it.
Right.
Yeah. You gotta get that head.
Oh, man, that actually pretty funny. Yeah.
That's cool. I love your just your banner picture on Twitter it's you and like Morgan and a whole bunch of other actors and just some of the guys that were like, it looks like they're working the cameras and stuff. Like it's such a cool picture.
I'm signing into my Twitter right now. Oh yeah, that was actually right after we got shot. So me and my buddy Brent there, Freddie and Andy got shot, and so there's a lot of downtime, and everyone was just kind of goofing around. And I never like to take pictures on set. Some sets are cool and some are very not. Walking Dead, you kind of sign stuff that you won't take photos. People do that, and there's enough respect on the show to know that no one's going to post anything. But just having it in my phone made me nervous because, you just never know.
Yeah.
You hand your phone to someone to look at a photo, and they swipe right, which is always very annoying. And they start to scroll. I don't know. It's just too many things. But then I took that photo, and that was a great memento on the way out.
It is. It's an awesome picture. I was going to say, too, what is So Dark, the series?
Oh, So Dark is really, really something cool. I did it like 5 years ago. My friend Melanie contacted me, and I read the script. It was really cool, and it was just this little short film. And I'd never heard of anybody, like the directors, the producers, but like I said, I really liked the script, and he sent me a sample of what he was thinking about, and really liked it. And there was like a comic book involved, and so I was like, cool, let's do this. And so we shot like 14 hours just straight through the night on a Miami Metro with like 4 actors, and we rented this thing, and we had to move the train once or twice. I guess that costs a lot of money. So we shot it really low production. We sent it around, circuits and stuff for short films, and it did really well. And then we got a grant from Amazon because we had won something, and we funded a second one. And now that was like 2 years later. And so now jump ahead another 2 years later, we got a comic book out on Amazon Prime. So Dark and So Pretty. It was So Pretty, and then So Dark was part 1 and 2, and now we're trying to make it a series. So It's just the So Dark series. But
I saw a picture.
We're in production.
Is it a zombie? Is it a zombie film or?
No, it's a vampire. I play Sean, and he's a vampire, but he's like, I consider him like the Dexter of vampires. Like he basically, he's a good guy, but he just kills really bad people. And at the end of the first one, you see kind of a small, glimpse of what he does. So
cool. Sounds awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of that one.
Yeah, it sounds awesome. And I was going to ask, too, is there any...
It's only 9 minutes, man. Check it out.
Oh, that's it? Okay, yes, definitely. Because I saw it, like, today, like, last minute. I had already done, like, the guest prep last night, and I was like, oh, what's that? It looks cool.
Yeah, first one's 9 minutes, and the second one, I think, is like 20. So, yeah, they're just 2 shorts.
Nice. I was going to ask, too, Jeremy, is there any actor or actress, if you ever met, that you would be starstruck?
just lose my cool.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I mean, I met Harrison Ford once. Years ago, I was working a convention, like handing out flyers type thing, and he walked by and asked him for a picture, and he said no, and it just totally crushed me, because he's like, Indiana Jones is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But he was very nice. He shook my hand and he explained to me. He was like,
That's
"Sorry,
cool.
kid," and he called me kid, and that's like Han Solo, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
He just said, would you settle for a handshake, because a photo would ruin my day, because there's people around staring at him. So
Yeah.
I don't know, who did I just lose my crap over? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I met the Fonz this year. That was pretty cool.
Oh, that is so cool. So cool.
Yeah, I met the Fonz, and then I met Freddy Krueger, Robert Englund. So that freaked me out at the same time, but like it was cool.
Dude. That's amazing. Amazing stuff.
Does Robert Englund just come off as a horror film character?
Is he like a ghoul
Yeah,
in real life?
he's creepy.
Yeah.
He's creepy and cool all at the same time. I don't know how he does it, but he pulls it off nicely.
That's just who he is. I love it. I love it. Oh God. I saw too, Jeremy. You worked on a cruise ship for like 6 months as a host. What is that like?
Disney. I worked for almost a year and a half on the cruise ship. I back in college at UW, I came down, did what's called a college program. You kind of work for Disney for 6 months and get internship, real world experience, whatever.
Okay.
And I was a lifeguard here for 6 months, and then when I graduated, a friend of mine just kind of threw out the, "Hey, why don't you work on a cruise ship?" And I'd never been on a cruise in my life. I didn't even know you could do that. So I applied, and next thing you know, I just jumped on. Sorry, I just dropped my phone. Next thing I know, I was on a flight from Seattle to Orlando, and I just jumped on a ship not knowing what I was doing. Next thing I know, I'm like hosting parties and dancing like a pirate, so it was cool.
See, I didn't think it, like in my 20s it would sound great, but then like I was thinking like it might not be. It could be like a terrible experience.
And I knew some people that had really bad experiences, but I did not. I had a great time.
Oh, that's cool. That is cool. Are there any upcoming projects that you could tell us about?
Trying to think. I'm writing something right now with my buddy Peter Dante. He's out in California right now, but we're writing a script together, so we're hoping to get that project up and running. Auditioning left and right, hopefully this week. But yeah,
Nice.
it's like every other actor, back to the grind.
Yeah. Is that like, how does that work? Is it like, are you out there every day, like at multiple auditions, or do you wait to get like an email or something from like an agent?
Yeah, you basically wait for your agent to write you and let you know what's going on. And it definitely comes in waves. I mean, you'll do nothing for like a good 2 months, and then 1 week you'll have like 10 auditions. So
Wow.
right now it's really busy. I mean, I have a roommate who's an actor, and he had like 4 auditions yesterday, and I didn't get one. So hopefully tomorrow's my day.
Yes. Is there ever a time where you're like, shit, maybe I got to get a factory job? Like, does it ever get to be that long of a time where you don't have an audition?
Well, that's constantly looming in your mind, and actors, they're not just actors. Everyone does something. But writing's keeping me busy these days. A lot of the convention tours are really cool.
That's
and
cool.
God bless residuals, and as long as you're just relatively smart with your money,
Yeah.
you can survive quite a while. But it is very difficult for actors,
Yeah. It's kind of like working like construction or something. You gotta save that money and then be off for the winter type of thing. Like, yeah, you gotta do it smart.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. What
I basically try not to spend my money. That's pretty much it right now.
Yeah. What's the slowest time of the year for an actor?
Usually around the holidays. Okay. Usually, like most productions are going on right now, and right around Thanksgiving, I would say, until about April, it's kind of slow. That's usually when they get ready for pilot season, which is when all the writers are busy and they're trying to cast new shows and make new shows. So.
Cool.
What you said you tour conventions. What conventions do you tour?
Like I just came back from Buffalo, did a Buffalo Comic-Con. I'll be in Rhode Island. November, I'm going out to Kansas to do a charity fundraiser out there for Topeka Haunted Woods. So staying busy. I have a convention manager. She's actually just texted me. She's going to Guatemala with one of her partners and clients, Spencer Wilding. He's the Darth Vader of Rogue One, so he's pretty popular.
Cool.
But yeah, she takes care of most of that for me, which is really cool.
I thought you were going to say she texted you, just hang up on these guys. These guys suck. Jeremy, I wanted to ask you too, at those conventions, like, what is one of the coolest like interactions you've had with a fan?
Oh man, there's been some cool ones. But basically it's just like this coolest, humblest experience. Like people want to come up and talk to you and chat with you. And sometimes I just feel like I'm at a garage sale, like trying to sell, crap. But
yeah,
it's the experience with everyone that's really cool. Like most people, like some of the bigger actors, people wait in lines upon hours, and they meet like one of the Avengers, and they take a photo and they move on. I do a lot of these conventions with some friends. We're not as big as actors, obviously, but you get a lot of, spend a lot of time with people and talk to them, and I don't know, just getting to travel has been really cool. I have a collection on my refrigerator of magnets from everywhere I get to travel, so it's kind of cool to know that I get to travel and do that stuff. That's a lot of fun.
Yes. What has been one of your favorite places that you visited?
I went to Birmingham, England last year. I got to go with my friend Anne Mahoney, who plays Olivia on the show, and just get to travel over there was so cool. And I went to Canada. Canada would have been a lot more fun, but I got food poisoning. So it was gorgeous. Yeah, Prince George, Canada, BC. It was so gorgeous up there. And like the second night, I got so sick, so I had to sit it out for 24 hours.
Yeah.
And we were only there for like 4 days.
Oh,
so
yeah.
That place was really cool.
That's cool.
And I love Rhode Island. Like I'm going to Rhode Island next month or 2 months, excuse me. And that place is it's become like a second home. I've traveled up there so many times.
That's awesome. Good
people.
Yeah. Nice, dude. Jeremy, thank you so much for talking to us. It's been a great time.
Hey, man, my pleasure, man. I appreciate you guys hitting me up.
Absolutely. Where can everybody find you?
I'm not too difficult to find on social media. It's just my name. So Jeremy Palko on Instagram and Twitter. I try to do Facebook. For some reason, Facebook's just really getting annoying these days. So
it has been, right? It's getting worse. I feel.
I get tagged in so many things, and it's horrible. Like things I have nothing to do with. Like I got put in a cooking group or something like that. I don't cook. It's horrible.
I hate when you comment on something and then you get notifications because 100 other people commented on it. Like, dude,
right.
I don't need to see their stuff.
Yeah, I got tagged in like a Walking Dead Brazil group, and the Brazilians, who I love dearly, I've been down there a couple times. They're crazy. Like I get put in this group, and the next thing I know, like I turn around, I had over 1,000 notifications one weekend because I got tagged in this group, and it took me forever to how to get out of the group. So I'm getting pretty good at that now.
I always do. Anytime, like even on Twitter or Facebook, like as soon as I start getting notifications from another like person's post or whatever, I instantly mute that. I'm like, yeah, no, I can't. Yeah. I can't be getting this all the time and not deal with my own stuff. Like it's rough. It's rough. But thank you again, Jeremy. It's been a great time talking to you, brother.
Hey, my pleasure. We'll keep in touch on social media.
Absolutely, we will. Have a good one, dude.
Hey, you too. Later.
Later, dude.